Question: can a bouncy Pandaren survive the drop from this high up? Let's find out. Yep, we even got an achievement for it. Going down. Fall 56. What am I doing? 65 yards without dying. An innkeeper.
What can I
Innkeepers are kind of special. You can make inns your home.
Dabu.
I usually just make an inn in Orgrimmar my home. What does that do? Well, you have this heartstone, and when you use the heartstone, you teleport to your home inn. In this case, it'll teleport me back to Orgrimmar, which is exactly where you want to be if you want to go back to the Horde capital. It comes on a 30-minute cooldown. Other people might set it to the most recent inn they've traveled to and fly back to Orgrimmar every time, instead of what I'm gonna do. Go to Orgrimmar and then fly to the last location, or the closest to the last location I was. Although we probably won't be doing that too much. We're still missing a ton of gear. Head, neck, shoulders. This doesn't really count, and a whole bunch of finger and rings and trinkets.
What can I help?
And let's go back to the crossroads. Costs a little bit of money every time, but it also scales with, well, the area you're gonna go to is usually not outside of your budget, let's say. Right when I'm recording this is when the pre-patch video released for Battle for Azeroth. Looks kind of interesting. Nothing that spectacular, like the stat squish was expected and they announced the removal of the artifact weapon traits ages ago. What does Thork have to say? Was that you that I saw waving a gun around from the back of my last caravan? It's about time we got some supplies through here. It's bad enough to be severed from Mulgore, but the city should fall apart if we lost our trade with Orgrimmar.
Go for
Level up.
victory.
Level 16, we gain a skill called Crimson Veil. It costs 30 energy. Drink an alchemical concoction that heals you for 30% of your maximum health over 6 seconds. So that's a heal over time effect. This doesn't really fit in our rotation, but it could come in handy. Like in all those cases we died or nearly died. and it only costs us energy, and it's a percentage of health instead of a static amount of health, so it's not even like potions. So yeah, this is a pretty neat skill. I'm gonna make a weakaura for this. An icon. I typed it wrong, but it doesn't matter. Let's copy the settings, everything, from Guru, and paste it to Crimson Vial, but instead change it in a way that we want it to work. So we'll use that icon, and instead of the text 2, it will use A4, which stands for Alt 4. But now it's too big for its box, so we decrease the text size. There you go. The trigger will be a status of a cooldown of a spell. Even though it is a vial, it's technically in-game considered a spell, because you don't use it in your inventory. The spell name is Crimson Vial. And that's it for the trigger. We also want an additional trigger, because we don't want this to be used all the time. Wait, what's trigger 2? Oh, yeah, we ignore that one. Trigger 2, status, player, health percentage less than or equal to 70%. So as soon as we hit 70%, the icon for Crimson Vial will flash, because we can fill up that remaining 30% with it. Now all we need to do is move it up 64, so it's not on top of our stack of DPS. And let's put all the non-DPS skills all the way up top, so we can more easily sort the...
I am forsaken.
Yeah, the priority of the DPS stack. The oases of the Barrens hide a mystery. Life energy flows from their waters, invigorating the plants and beasts that drink it, invigorating and altering. There is a mushroom that grows near the Forgotten Pools to the northwest. Its spores hold properties that we, the apothecaries of Lordaeron, find useful. Bring me these spores and you will earn our gratitude. This guy's an undead, hiding behind his potion.
Remember, patience, discipline.
You might think that he looks a bit worse for wear, as you can tell he has full health.
Trust no one.
Basically what happened is there is a concoction that spreads plague, which turns undead creatures into living things again. And Sylvanas is in charge of these.
What brings you here?
Sylvanas, the leader of the undead. The Forgotten Pools, have you felt the tremors, rogue? Something has cleaved this land in two, but we druids can send other tremors as well. Life is stirring in lands once dry and lifeless. The oases around the crossroads are suddenly blooming. I can sense a power leaking its way to the surface, but from where? It is related to the disaster that shattered the Barrens. You must find the source. Travel to the Forgotten Pools northwest of the crossroads, search its waters for a source of power, then return here.
Ancestors watch over you.
So that's pretty vague.
What do you need?
We also
What
have
can
Surga.
I do for
Oh,
you?
2 quests. The Zevra. If you wish to serve my beloved horde, you'll have to prove your strength to me, pup. You can cut your teeth by hunting Zevra. They may not be the strongest of beasts in the Barrens, but stay clear of their kick or you'll regret it. Hunt the Zevra to the north and south and collect their hooves. Bring them to me and perhaps will next send you against something tougher. Luckily, a single Zevra has 4 hooves. Right. We also have hunting the Huntress. If you want to really demonstrate your bravery to me, let me send you after something that really bites. The Savannah Huntresses of the Barrens are as sly as they come, tough, resourceful, quick, and deadly. They've been hassling our scouts recently around the outskirts of town, especially to the northeast. Be wary as you hunt them, or you may find yourself no longer the predator, but instead the prey. I think we'll be alright with our Crimson Veil now. I mean, would they be able to do 30% of our health over 6 seconds? No, wait, it would be over 30 seconds because that's the cooldown of the vial. So yeah, there are huntresses all over the place, so let's just go to the Forgotten Pools. Don't worry, once we reach level 20 we'll be able to travel a little bit faster. There's a Savannah Huntress and a Zebra. Only one hoof? That guy was like walking on one hoof? Did someone try to kill it before me and fail? That guy didn't even have any hooves. He was just walking around on his stumps. Another Savannah Huntress. At least these huntresses tend to drop their paws every time. Although they do have 4 paws too. The next skill we're gonna get is Kick. At level 18, so that's 2 levels away. Seems we won't be getting anything for level 17. Except, you know, more strength and a bigger rock. We got a belt, but it doesn't have any stats. Ah, we got our hooves. Though we should have gotten them from the first one. Doesn't seem like the males do it. Drop the thing we need. And that's it for the claws. Now let's explore some pools. With the crickets in the background, I was so immersed I could almost smell the burning fire we just passed. And this dead zebra. Whoa, level 90, let's stay well away from these guys. Although they aren't aggressive. How strange. Oh, a centaur. As you can see, 4 legs, 2 hands, ugly face. Centaurs. I don't think there's very many peaceful centaurs, so... But they are considered humanoid, so we can pickpocket them. Got some spores. And there's 2 quests here.
How may I aid?
The centaurs have plagued the Torrent for years, and recently the Kolkar centaurs of the Barrens have grown into a real threat. Normally they were disorganized in these lands, but new leaders have risen among them, rallying them. To preserve our holdings here, these centaur leaders must be destroyed. Bring me the head of Barak Kodobane. He camps west of here, these forgotten pools. Defeat him, then return to me.
Ancestors watch over you.
There is also a quest over here. This guy hiding in the bushes.
Relax.
I was sent here to scout out the centaur activity. I've been tracking every movement for days. It's time for me to sneak out, but they've got this oasis surrounded. You look like a dangerous one. Can you make a lot of noise for me? Stir 'em up. Start killing indiscriminately. When they're looking out for you, I'll slip out to get my info to Regthar Deathgate. I wonder who that is. Probably a big honcho. Into the pool we go. Oh, what's this? Seems we've explored the waters enough. There is a vent here and it's giving us air bubbles, allowing us to breathe underwater. These mushrooms are really tall. Well, we need to kill centaurs. We're done with the spores. Let's head for Kodobane first. There might be centaurs enough along the way to get our centaur skilled quest as well. Although it seems pretty abandoned. Someone must have passed through here earlier. got them before they even could hit me. Kodo's already back. I got a key. Kolkar booty key. Opens the Kolkar booty chest. Wonder where that is. Let's see, if I were to hide a chest and I was a centaur, where would I do it? To be honest, it's probably best if you'd hide it in your own house, considering it's locked. So let's see if there's a house with a chest in it somewhere. Or a tent. Nothing here either. That look like pig people houses. Where did that guy come from? No chest in here either. Am I gonna have to look this up? I see. So it's somewhere above here. Kinda looks like where we found the head honcho. Did we miss that chest? Should be somewhere here. Fireball right next to our faces. Oh, here it is. What do we get? We got some cloth. Not useful. Let's go turn in our quests. Oh look, that guy has a butler to drive his motorcycle for him.
You come get
Oh
the
no, that was beautiful. I probably shouldn't have stayed to watch. Now that they're looking for you, I'll slip quietly away in the dust of their aimless galloping. Be sure to look for my buds at the other pools. Boss has agents at every one.
Stay away from them.
Every pool, eh? I don't see another pool just yet. Worth keeping in mind.
Well met.
Do you have Kodobane's head for me? Well done. Kodobane is just one strand of a tangled thread. There are other Kolkar leaders to kill elsewhere in the Barrens. Seek out my companions at the other oases if you wish to press the assault.
Go in peace.
Get a belt, which is an upgrade. Let's go back to the crossroads. Imagine being that huntress. Just walking along the plains and then suddenly, doink. Can't move for a minute.